Hey, this is Matt Miller from Ditch That Textbook, and today we're going to talk about Kahoot. And I know there's a great chance that you probably already know what Kahoot is. I remember the days years ago where I could go to a conference presentation and say, hey, there's this amazing thing called Kahoot. And teachers would say, what is this Kahoot that you speak of? And we'd play a game and they'd go, oh, this is amazing. But times have changed. And now just about anywhere I go and I say, how many of you know about Kahoot? It's hands up all over the place. So, one of the cool things about Kahoot is that there are still some features in it that people don't know about. And sometimes there's some pretty big, pretty good to know about features. And so that's what I've got for you today. I want to show you 5 things about Kahoot that you might not know. So let's jump right into the first one. And the first one is this. So tell me if this has ever happened to you before. You load up a Kahoot game, you give it a quick glance of the questions, and you think, okay, I can use this, and you start playing it. And after you get a few questions in, you start thinking, who made this game? It's like the questions or the answers are totally off and there's misspellings and you're going, this is not useful for me at all. If that's ever happened to you before, I feel your pain. I know exactly what you're talking about. And Kahoot is here to help because they now have these collections of curriculum-aligned Kahoot games that are created by teachers. And so if you look here, it's called their collections. And so if you go to Kahoot.com and you click on the tab that says collections, you're going to see what I see right here. And so, right now, if you look under top picks, as I'm recording this, we're deep into the March Madness college basketball tournaments. We're getting close to Easter. And so there are some of the top picks for the current time, but they also have them aligned to math standards, to science standards, English language arts, history, and then they have a variety of other things that were created by the Kahoot team. And so those are definitely worth checking out. That's number 1, to look at their curriculum-aligned collections. Now, the second one is called the Jumble, and this is a new kind of Kahoot game. We're so used to doing the quiz Kahoot games where you have multiple choices and you choose from the options on the screen. But the Jumble kind of puts a different spin on it. It gives you 4 options and you've got to drag them into order. Now, that could be alphabetical order, it could be chronological order, it could be whatever order you want them to be in. So I've just joined this Kahoot game that is basically an introduction to Jumble. And so we'll be able to see kind of how it works. So this says, practice with these numbers. It's going to show us just how this works. And you can see we've got all of these different numbers. And so now we're going to take, over here on the screen, we're going to take the 1 and put it first, and the 2 and put it second, the 3 and put it third, and the 4 and put it fourth, and then submit. And you can see that I got it right. Yay, because I can put numbers in order. So once we move on to the next one, we'll see about putting words into a sentence in order. So my guess is, looking at all these, that it's supposed to say, I love playing Kahoots. So if we take the I, that's the blue one, that goes first, love, yellow, second, playing, red goes third, and Kahoots, green goes fourth. I submit it, boom, done. And so you can see the potential for this. You can't mix Jumble questions in with multiple choice questions, at least not yet. But if there's something that, like I said, chronological order, put these events in order, put these presidents in order of who served first to most recently, putting numbers in order if you want to go from negative to positive, if you're working on square roots and you want to be able to figure out what the square roots are and put them in order. I mean, there's a variety of things that you can do with the Jumble, and they're just as easy to make as a regular Kahoot game. Now, number 3, this one is a little bit of a ninja Kahoot trick that I don't know if many people have ever told me exists. I just kind of stumbled upon it. So let's see if you're familiar with this. Have you ever had kids put in naughty nicknames? Now, we know that this happens. Some people, it seems it happens more than others, but every once in a while, you just need to know who the naughty nicknamer is, right? So there's this neat little trick that can help you do that. So I've got my phone here, and I'm going to join this Kahoot game. Okay, so I just joined this game, and let's say I put in a naughty name. Oh, look, I put the words naughty name in. So what you've probably seen before is that if you hover over that name, you can kick it out, right? There's more. So watch this. Did you know that whenever somebody logs into a Kahoot game, that the screen is green whenever they've logged in? Watch this. If you have somebody do a naughty nickname, you click on their name and you kick them out. As soon as they try to log back in, what happens? Their screen, once they're logged in, is now red. So here's the trick. If you kick somebody out and you need to know who it was, you walk around the classroom. And have you ever heard of the scarlet letter before? Yeah, so instead of looking for the scarlet letter, you're looking for the scarlet screen on their device, and that will let you know who the naughty nicknamer was. Now, speaking of naughty nicknames, there's a way to totally avoid them altogether, and it's this feature. This has got to be a newer feature. I just stumbled upon this actually getting ready for this video. When I was making my list, this was not on it until I just saw it. There's this new feature within Kahoot, and it's called the name generator. So if we click on the details, this is after you've loaded up a Kahoot game and you're ready to get it started, but you haven't actually generated the game pin for your students yet. Name generator says this: let Kahoot generate funny and friendly nicknames for players. This will help you avoid inappropriate nicknames in the games. Let's turn this on and see what happens. So we're gonna load this game up. So I just loaded this game up, and after I enter in the game pin, watch what happens. We get connected, and now all of a sudden it starts off and it says Crazy Tiger and Majestic Cat and Wonderful Wolf. So let's spin and see what happens. And you get 3 spins. I could be Expert Owl if I want to be, or I can spin again. Now I'm Stellar Octopus, and if I don't, actually I kind of like that one. That's probably what I would stick with. I can spin again, and now it's going to pick Space Mouse. And I'm out of spins. So, of course, you know, whenever kids are trying to figure out what their name is going to be, they would probably spin over and over again. But at least now they only have 3 spins. You hit OK, go, and now I'm Space Mouse. And I know during this game that that's what that is. And of all of the names that kids could cook up, Space Mouse is pretty clean. So you can use that name generator to get those more appropriate nicknames. And the last one is this. So if you've ever come across a Kahoot game that was almost exactly what you needed, but not quite, there's some help for you. So let's say we're scrolling through this list of trending Kahoot games, and we come across this kid movie games, and we're like, or kid movies game, and we think, oh, that's just like almost exactly right. We click on it, and we come in here, and we look, and we see, oh, these questions are great, but the answers are a little bit too easy. Or I wish that there's only 10 questions here. I wish that there was 15. So instead of just going with it, what you can do is, there's a couple places where you can find this. Within this preview, once you've clicked on the name, you've got the little 3 dots over here. You can hit duplicate. So you can find that here, or you can find it out here on the list of Kahoot games. It's right over here on duplicate. And if you click that, if you click duplicate, what that will do is it'll make a copy of that game and put it into your list of your Kahoots, like into your account. And now you are able to edit it. So you can go in and you can make whatever changes you want to that Kahoot game. So you don't have to start over from scratch. You can see right here, I've got all 10 questions. I can put them in a different order by dragging them around if I want to. I can click the little pencil and I can change the wording in all of them. I can change the time limit. I can do basically whatever I want to it. So if there were 10 questions here and I really wanted 15, just add the extra 5 questions on there and you're on your way. So you don't have to remake games that are just a little bit off. You can use that duplicate button and that can help. So I hope those are useful to you. I would love to see what some of your big Kahoot tricks and tips are. So definitely leave those in a comment, either on the YouTube video that you're watching or in the blog post. This isn't from a blog post from the Ditch That Textbook blog, where we're all about helping teachers teach with less reliance on their textbook through technology, creativity, and innovation. So definitely check that out. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next video.